All right, so hopefully you've watched the overview video. If you haven't, go back to your email and watch the overview video where I review the full 10 days. This little portion is just about day 0 through day 4 of your meal plan. Day 0 is super important, especially because we are coming off Easter weekend, Easter Sunday, where we're busy with our family. So take day 0, you have Monday and Tuesday to start to clear all the snacks and the clutter and the wine and the chocolate from your house, and then take some time to grocery shop. So you need to go through your meal plan. The meal plan is customizable. So you need to go through the meal plan and the menu, decide what you're going to be eating over the next 4 days, and then just sort of grocery shop for just days 1 through 4. And then you'll grocery shop a second time for the remainder of the 10-day detox. And days 1 through 4 is a little bit heavier in as far as meal prep and cooking goes. And then the second half of the detox is a little less strenuous because we have pretty much just soup or a bone broth fast for days 6 through 8. So that's going to be pretty easy in terms of dinner prep. But let me know if you have any questions or if I can help simplify any part of the program. I want you to feel supported and successful, and always feel free to make it your own. You have a template for salad and a template for dinner that you're able to use if the recipes simply don't speak to you, or you can customize the protein options that I offer in the recipes so that you have some more satiating options. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to review the menu together just for the days 1 through 4. And let me move this out of the way. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So days 1 through 4. So you're starting your day hydrating. Water is super important. So you're having that 20-ounce glass of water first thing, 20 to 30 ounces, depending, if this is your first time, maybe you start with 20. I have a lot of veterans. I have a lot of repeat people who were part of the January detox who are continuing on with the spring. So I would go for 30 ounces. That lemon is going to add the vitamin C, which is great for your metabolism. It's really great for immunity, especially this time of year as we're coming off of cold and flu season. So add that half a lemon, and then option to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. It's not a requirement. It's just will further promote detoxification. It's great for gut health. I think it tastes pretty good too. But if you just want to stick with lemon, totally make it your own. And then you can have coffee. Black coffee, no added sweetener or cream at this point, and just 1 cup if you can swing it. See how you feel just kind of using that 1 cup of coffee, and then you'll move on to your green smoothie. Let me move on to your green smoothie. Sorry, here you go. Green pea detox smoothie. So you have frozen peas. So you're going to need to purchase frozen peas, and then the spinach can be fresh or frozen. The blueberries can be fresh or frozen. If you are using frozen products, sometimes it takes a little bit more work to blend. So know that you might have to blend it a couple more times to get that creamy consistency. I think this smoothie is really good. If you try it and you're not a fan, reach out to me. You will need to purchase whey protein, and you have some options in terms of which whey protein, to purchase. Let me know if you need further clarifications on your protein. And then let's go back to that vibrant salad. So this is the vibrant salad recipe. It was a part of the January detox. I had so many people say that they loved it. It saves really well. So you can go ahead and make this on like Tuesday, because you're going to be having it for lunch on Wednesday, day 1. So you could even make it Monday if you have time. Monday or Tuesday, make this salad. The salad recipe, it's spinach, it's avocado. I would maybe leave the avocado, if you're meal prepping this, leave the avocado off in terms of meal prep, and then just add the avocado when you're about to eat it. But everything else can be good to go to prep, and then put it in a big Pyrex, and then just serve yourself as needed for lunch. And you can use protein, 4-ounce protein of choice. I think chicken goes really well with this recipe. So just go ahead when you are making your, when you're starting to meal prep, you can throw some chicken breasts in the oven and just have them ready to go in the fridge. H-E-B also sells shredded chicken breast ready to go. You can feel free to buy that shredded chicken breast and put that on. Also, eggs is another option. Since we're not having eggs for breakfast, maybe you hard boil a dozen or half a dozen eggs, and you would want to use 3 eggs on top of the salad, because each egg only has 6 grams of protein. So you'd probably want 3 to get that 18 gram of protein. So you make sure that this salad is satiating enough for your midday meal, which is your biggest meal of the day. If this recipe is not speaking to you, this salad template would be what you use to choose your own adventure. Your leafy greens, two to three vegetables of choice to get that crunchy variety of phytonutrients, protein of choice, eggs, chicken, fish, shrimp, canned tuna, canned trout, whatever is sounding good to you. And then you'll use olive oil and lemon as your dressing. Add some hemp hearts or pumpkin seeds for some crunch. Think vibrant, crunchy, and flavorful and fresh. And so your salad should be something that you make, and then you can use it for a couple, like 2 to 3 meals for lunch during the week. We talked about our smoothie, sheet pan salmon. Okay, so this is what you're making for dinner night 1. I would not recommend meal prepping this. I think salmon is best eaten and enjoyed on the day you make it. If salmon is not your jam, you can sub halibut. If you're, or any sort of fish, maybe you like snapper, find a fish that you love, that you enjoy making. This recipe calls for 1.5 pounds of center cut salmon. I just like the way that the larger portion of salmon bakes in the oven. If you're making this just for yourself, feel free to get a couple 6-ounce portions. You can just buy 2 6-ounce fillets or 2 5-ounce fillets. So you have one for dinner and then one for your leftover salmon the next day. Because you want to be, and you might even get like 3 fillets. So you could have one for dinner and then 2 leftover salmon lunches if you enjoy the leftover salmon salad. Another option when you're buying your ingredients for this sheet pan salmon, it calls for a head of broccoli. If you want to buy a bag of florets to save time, you can do that. It calls for a sweet potato that you dice yourself. If you want to buy pre-cut sweet potato, these are all things that can help speed up the time spent in your kitchen. And then the leftover salmon salad is really easy. If you don't like spice, you can skip the red chili. But the Persian cucumbers are really nice in it. You can use little gem or bib lettuce or even romaine if you're not able to find little gem or bib. And you'll also be reusing the little gem or bib or romaine later with the chicken cups. So whatever lettuce you're using for this leftover salmon salad will be the lettuce that you also use for the ground chicken cup dinner recipe for day 4. So keep that in mind. This dressing is very easy to make ahead. You can make that on day 0, so it's ready to go. You could even use this dressing on top of the vibrant salad that you're eating for lunch for day 1. If you want to do something a little bit more fancy than olive oil and lemon. So keep in mind for the cooking time, if you are not cooking the 1.5 pound center cut salmon, then you'll reduce the cooking time of the salmon to like about 16-ish minutes. And the vegetables cooking time will still stay the same. Okay, moving on. Go back to our soup. This soup is something you can make on day 0 also, and then it can just live in the fridge until you're ready to reheat it on the stove. So this is something you can make ahead of time. Keep in mind, the best place I think to buy leeks is at Trader Joe's because they come kind of like ready to go and clean. If you're buying leeks at like H-E-B or traditional grocery store, they're kind of dirty. So you're gonna have to really wash them in the sink and get the sink water like in them and kind of rinse them in a bowl. And it's kind of, Trader Joe's does a great job because they kind of take the prep work out of the leeks for you, out of what you have to do to clean the leeks. Obviously, if you're like, oh, that's no big deal, I don't care, then just buy the leeks as you only need 2 stalks. So you don't need like a whole bunch. Same with the celery, you only need 4 stalks. So you're gonna have some extra celery. So maybe feed it for your kids. Super easy to make this ahead of time. Like I said, you make it in a big Dutch oven. You saute and cook everything down. And then you can either take your immersion blender and blend it all together, or you can pour it in your Vitamix and then pour it back into the Dutch oven to warm and reheat. All right, but like I said, this is easy if you're looking for things to meal prep to get ahead of the game, this would be another recipe that you can meal prep. Chicken wraps, this comes together super easily just because it's basically just grounding chicken and then cabbage and zoodles. You can buy the zoodles like pre-done, so you don't have to do that yourself with the zucchini. The mixed cabbage you can buy in a bag of mixed cabbage, so that's ready to done. The bib lettuce you're using from you'll have bib lettuce because you'll buy it for the leftover salmon salad also. And then mint is super easy to tear. Cilantro is super easy to chop like on the spot. So this one's really easy to just not meal prep and just make on the day. The dressing, however, the tahini, lime, water, coconut, aminos, this is easy to whisk or blend together. And that's something that you can make on day 0 and then prep ahead of time. So that is, And then this, I just want to touch on the balanced plate one more time. If any, like I said, if any of the recipes are not speaking to you, this is what you could use as a template for dinner. You would want half your plate to be green leafy cooked vegetables, because dinner, where we want to focus on cooked foods. Lunch is when we can have the raw, crunchy stuff, but dinner, you want it to be cooked. So any cooked cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, steamed spinach, that variety. You want about 4 to 5 ounces of protein, anything clean. So like chicken, beef, turkey, fish would be ideal. It's super easy to digest. It's great for inflammatory health, which is what we're after during this detox. And then you'll want 1/4 of your plate to be a complex carb. So something like sweet potatoes or snap peas. Fruit would even work, like low glycemic fruits like blueberries would be another great option. So that's that. I'm gonna quickly share something else. Okay, so you'll also get this grocery list. Okay. Okay. So this is what you'll also get, is this grocery list. It's organized by this produce, always organic if possible, because we're detoxing. And so if you're buying produce with pesticides, then you're going to have to further detox from like the pesticides and the heavy metals. So the cleaner and closest to source that we can eat, the more benefits you're going to get from the detox process. So you're just going to make your detox supplements work a little harder if you buy conventional, but it's not the end of the world. And I know, sometimes all these things aren't available and organic. So before you kind of go through your grocery list, go through your menu and think about what you're going to make. Obviously, if you're not enjoying salmon for dinner, if you're going to use a different fish, then you wouldn't buy salmon. So you kind of sort to think about your menu for days 1 through 4 before you go through this. But this kind of line items, like the produce that you'll need, and I also included a note so you could kind of understand where you'd be using it for some of the greens, so you're not getting confused. And frozen is always an option. Like, and if you want to buy more frozen than fresh, that is great. For the vibrant salad, I love the Love Beets package because they're pre-cooked and pre-packaged, and all you have to do is slice your beets. I also get the pre-mixed bag of cabbage, since it's already chopped, the shredded carrots for the vibrant salad, or you can julienne them yourself. And then edamame, you can get fresh or frozen. A lot of these vegetables can come fresh or frozen. If you don't want red chili on the leftover salmon salad, then you don't have to get that. Small package of herbs. I try to get the small, Trader Joe's has the little small package of the herbs, since they're just kind of more like 3 portion sizes. So you're not buying like a big old chunk of cilantro. If you are buying big portions of herbs, maybe you can like share with a neighbor, or maybe your family really loves herbs. I'm always finding that like I have too many herbs and I have to try to figure out how to use them. You can always make chimichurri. That's my go-to. When I have so many herbs left over, I'll make a batch of chimichurri and then put it in the fridge in a mason jar. All right, so moving along. So we will, and I'm going to send out another video when we get to days 5 through 10. We will have an option to include celery juice or pure green juice into our morning. So we'll start our day with water, coffee, celery juice, and then a green smoothie. So lots and lots of hydration, lots and lots of detoxification. If you already know celery juice is too intense for you, then you can do a pure no fruit green juice. So something like celery, cucumber, spinach, or something of that variety. If you know that celery juice can be really detoxifying and can sort of make people feel a little nauseous. So if that's you, you can add a little lemon sometimes, and that helps. I am not someone who juices myself. I kind of did that a long time ago, and I feel I've got rid of my juicer, and I don't juice very often, just in terms of detoxifications, maybe once or twice a year. So I don't have a juicer. So I'm going to get a bulk order at Juiceland. So if you live local to Austin, you can buy bulk. You can buy a bulk order at Juiceland to save a little money. You'll need about 32 ounces if you are going to enjoy juice every day for the second half of the detox, but it's totally optional, and you can just stick to the green smoothie if you're thinking like, I don't need to spend money on that, or if this is your first detox, then I wouldn't maybe necessarily add the juice. Just stick to your smoothie. And I'm going to send another smoothie recipe for days 5 through 8. And the inclusions for that recipe are in the frozen section. You'll need frozen cauliflower rice and frozen cherries for the next smoothie recipe, and you have both of those in here. So that's that. Protein, I've listed your needs here for the protein. Oh, eggs, amazing. I also included 2 plain coconut yogurts here. If you're ever feeling like you need a snack over the detox, I'm trying to limit snacking just because every time you snack, it raises your blood sugar, and we want to keep our blood sugar stabilized and just really limit that spike in blood sugar. The more you eat, the more your body is doing this, trying to restabilize. And we want to kind of go for more of like a straight and steady, giving our body ample time to digest between meals. So we want a good 3 hours between each meal. So that way, before we eat, we're feeling that hunger, you're getting that hunger pain, that, oh yeah, it's time for a meal, as opposed to a lot of times we go through life just eating a meal based on, I guess it's dinner time and we're not even really hungry because we've been kind of snacking all day. If you are feeling like you need a snack, then I would lean on a coconut yogurt, maybe with some pumpkin seeds for crunch. A plain coconut yogurt will, it's heavy with the fat. It has probiotics. It will make you feel satiated, but without spiking your blood sugar. And that's what we want. You'll need some eggs for the breakfast days 9 and 10. And then also you can always add eggs, 3 eggs to your salad if you're looking for a protein option. You're going to need dairy-free milk for your smoothies. If you're using dairy-free milk, you can always use water for your smoothies as well. I think the dairy-free milk creates a creamier consistency. I like unsweetened almond, but that is up to you. Water's definitely easier if that's what you need. And these are spices I included that are in the recipes. And also you might just have these already in your pantry. So take a look before you head to the grocery store. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, protein. Yep. So go through your menu before you buy protein. The salmon, obviously, this is a larger portion. So if you're not feeding your family, you don't necessarily need to get this much. You can stick to more like 5 ounces for you for dinner and then 4 ounces for you for the leftover lunch. So think about how much you need. If you don't want to make 1.5 pounds, just make sure you save 4 ounces for your leftover lunch the next day. And then you have the option to switch to halibut or any fish that you enjoy. And then you'll need 1 pound of ground chicken, so you can get that fresh or frozen. And then you'll need 16 ounces of protein of your choice for the vibrant salad lunch. So that can be chicken breast. Canned tuna is super easy. Can be hard-boiled eggs, like I mentioned. And then for bone broth, you'll need 32 ounces of bone broth. It says ounces and cups, but it just means ounces. I don't know why I duplicated that. Sorry. 32 ounces of bone broth. You'll need that for the Green Goddess soup recipe. And then you'll need an additional 32 ounces for the bone broth fast for dinners 6 through 8. So you'll get 12 ounces per day for dinner. If you're not doing the bone broth fast, you would simply repeat the Green Goddess soup recipe. And in that instance, you'll still need the bone broth anyways to make the soup. All right, so that can be frozen or shelf stable. They have bone broth in the freezer section, and they also have it in the soup section. So check around. They even have it in the refrigerated section too. So check prices, see what's the best deal. And then you'll need grass-fed beef for dinner days 9 and 10, but I wouldn't get that right away. I would wait and get that closer to days 9 and 10, unless you're getting it frozen. You can get frozen ground beef, throw it in the freezer, and then defrost it the day that you're going to enjoy it. Frozen, you can get as many vegetables frozen that are available. These are the ones you definitely want frozen though. You want frozen peas for your smoothie, cauliflower rice for your smoothie, cherries for your next smoothie, and then frozen spinach for your smoothie. These are some oils you'll need, condiments that you will need, and then dates I included. If you want to add a date to your smoothie, if it's not quite sweet enough, you can add 1 pitted date, and that will help to make it more palatable, especially if this is new for you. And then you'll need your whey protein. And then collagen peptide is another option. If you want to add a scoop of collagen peptide to your coffee or tea in the morning, that's just another great source of protein that you can do. It's optional. The whey protein is not optional. Collagen protein you might already have. And if that's the case, you can add that to your coffee in the morning. And then these are some of the nuts you'll need. Slivered almonds for the leftover salmon salad, walnuts and pumpkin seeds for the vibrant salad, and then cashews for the ground chicken lettuce cup situation. So that is your, and then you'll also get all these recipes with the grocery list. So you'll have all of this at the ready. So with that, I hope that this clarifies and makes things feel less complicated. So just focus on day 0 through day 4. And then after we finish this block of work, we will move on to the next. This is the most challenging part though, like in terms of meal prep. The second half is easier. So know that, okay, I'm just going to get through this first section and then it's downhill from there. You're only taking your detox packs twice a day for the first 4 days or first 5 days, I believe. So it's 1 in the AM and then 1 in the PM. So try to do that at the same time every day so it becomes habit. And I usually do mine like after my coffee. So I'll do my big water, my lemon, my apple cider vinegar, and I take my probiotic then. And then I might have coffee and then I'll have my AM detox pills, but whatever fits in your schedule. And then during the evening, I'll have them usually right after dinner, I'll take them. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you. I am so excited for you to experience this. I hope you feel amazing. I'll be in touch soon with the next block. Have a great one.